And I think I'll be alright. I am always wrong, but I don't want to start again. No, they don't want to understand. They just shake and try to break whatever peace I bring.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another one of my episodes for the gamer reviews. I haven't really done this in a while, so I have many games on mine, but I've just been busy with doing just the regular webisodes or doing other stuff that I have to get done. Um, so I just decided that the time is now that I should do a gamer review because I haven't done one in a while, and I have really two video games on mine. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to do both reviews today, but I'm gonna see what happens after I review the first one. The first one I have here is Final Fantasy 13. I haven't beaten this game yet, but this game, well, I'm at the ending part. The reason why I've stopped playing because I just got this game as well. Well, I had it for like a few weeks now. Um, so after when I stopped playing Final Fantasy 13, I went to Fallout New Vegas, which is way more addictive. And the reason why I haven't beaten this game is because of course I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I love Final Fantasy. Um, like I grew up with it. My all-time favorites are Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 8. Final Fantasy 9 is alright, it's decent. And then on the PS2 you have Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 10-2, which is a little bit decent as well. And then you had 12, which was horrible. I hated the whole battle system, everything sucked in that game. The only thing I liked was the whole case. Like they had the golden case that it came in, like the limited edition. That's the only thing that was great about that game to me. And the graphics at the time, because that was a big thing for the PS2, like getting like increased graphics. um, the Final Fantasy 11 I've played already the online, but I'm not really an online type of person. I don't like MMOs like that. It's just sometimes I'll do it once in a while. If I don't have any games on the Xbox to play or anything on my DS, then that's like MMOs are the last resort for me. Um and then finally we're on 13, which 13 I like 13, but the only thing I dislike about this game is that it's very linear. Like you don't have any real map. Um, like how all the other Final Fantasies are, all those RPGs out there, have a lot of, of course, the main thing of feature of RPG should be a real map to walk around, and you can't just be, I mean, the story just takes you wherever you want to go without you having that choice of freedom to go wherever you want. And this game definitely, forces you to progress with the story, and you can't do anything else until when you get to the last disc. Um, they have, I don't know, they say it's a real map, but to me, it's not even a real map. It's just a wide open plains that you do a little bit of side quests for these statues around the area that tells you to kill this monster and that monster. And that to me that's not a real map and that's not even side quest. So that got boring very quickly. So I didn't even like continue to even do any of the side quests because it got so boring. Um and then after that was completely it. After when I got to that part I basically stopped playing and I went to um playing Fallout New Vegas. Um, the thing that I do like about this game is well, of course, the graphics. Even though that doesn't matter to me, like nowadays, like how a lot of people in this new generation loves the graphics, and without good graphics, they think the game sucks, which is not true. Like I look for the gameplay and the storyline and the high replay value and stuff like that. Um, but the story is, I like the story, but then again, I don't like it. It's not really that compelling to me. Like at the beginning of the game, when you're getting chased by people that by the cocoon, I should say. But then again, I'm always getting mixed up with people that's from Pose, Grand Pose, and the people from the cocoon. It's like I already know the whole thing with that. But all I know is that you're getting chased around by these soldiers that says that you well, remember Pose, you have the powers. I mean, the power that was granted to you after when you faced this boss who supposedly you got these marks on your body that allows you to summon monsters, um, which they call Adolians nowadays. I don't know how you say it, but that's what they call it nowadays. But you get these summonings that, to me, the other Final Fantasies, anyone could use summonings, but In this game, there's only a specific one that goes for each person. Like the main character, this one is Thunder, and her main summoning is Odin. And then you have my other favorite, which is Snow, and he's supposed to be like the Tifa from Final Fantasy VII, and he's supposed to be like Zell from Final Fantasy VIII. He's the fighting type that uses his hands, and his summoning that's specifically for him is Shiva, which she transforms into a motorcycle. Was it's basically twins. It's twins, not only one. That's another other thing I disliked was that everyone had their own specific summoning, and also they changed it to these vehicles, like some kind of transformers or something. I just like what they did with that whole feature right there. It's like they basically, they're killing the Final Fantasy franchise really with games like this. Like the first beginning was alright with the soldiers chasing you around, and the beginning cutscenes was alright with just the summonings. That's about it. Other than that, when you get further and further, it actually got boring. It's like, to me, and I mean, an RPG is strange because an RPG at the beginning is supposed to be boring, but after that, when you get into the game, it gets more interesting later on. But not the case with this one. This one, it just gets good at the beginning and then sucks at the end. That's how I see it. I'm not sure if anyone else agrees or not. I'm not sure if anyone liked this game because a lot of people that I've talked to that love RPGs, everyone said that they don't like the game at all because the main problem is the whole linear game and how you have to be forced to go on with the story, and that I dislike. The battle system is alright. The battle system is just like Final Fantasy X. I love that. I love the summonings. I just hate that they have to transform, and I hate that everyone has only specific one that's only for them. I like the old time Final Fantasy where everyone can have the summoning. Whoever wants it, they can get it. Um, and also in other RPGs that have summonings, they also have it as well. So, I don't understand why they're basically ruining the game. I'm not sure if they probably want it to be more of a westernized game for everyone over here, because a lot of people over here don't like RPGs. Everybody just likes games that doesn't involve using your mind. And they like games that's just basically shooting all the time. Call of Duty, Halo, all that stuff. Even though I love Halo. Don't get me wrong, I love Halo, but not all the time I love to play these type of games. Only once in a while I'll go online to play with my friends, and that's about it. But most of the time I'm playing single player games such as, role playing games like these, or adventure games and other stuff like that. I like to play alone really. I'm not the type of person that likes to play online all the time and work with people who don't know how to play at all. Working with these idiots who basically get you killed. And I like work. That's another thing I dislike about MMOs because you have to be forced to work with people like that. And I don't like to work with people. But that's if it's a friend of mine that has a game, I'll play with them. But I don't really like to play on the MMOs with people. I know that's what the game is about, but I love to play alone. That's how I like my games to be. But but yeah, Final Fantasy 13. The only thing I could say is that story was somewhat good. The gameplay I liked. The story it was decent. It was decent, and basically that's about it. So with this game, I give it a 3 out of 5 for Final Fantasy 13. And as you can see in the inside cover, I got the book right here. It has a lot of pages in it. Surprisingly, because a lot of games I know is like the books are very light, and then you have 3 discs in here. I have all of them. And I think this game is $20 now. So if you want to pick it up just to try it for yourself, you can pick it up because now it's worth the bargain. Before when it was $60, I wasn't gonna get that. Just wait till the price went down. So small review on that. Let me see. All right, I think I can review this one real quick. And then here we have Fallout New Vegas, my favorite game of all time. I like the case that it came in, so it has a little sliding cover, and it has one disc and a thin book. And got this one new, which is only $20, which is actually pretty good. That's a good bargain because this is a very good game, and that's why I had to pick it up when it was $20. Especially since that is cheap, which I've always been waiting for this game to get cheaper so I can buy it. Um, but yeah, this is a very, very good game. Um, what should I say? Well, the story, well, of course, these type of games not really based on the whole story. It's more for the gameplay. Um, this game, of course, is very great because you can do whatever you want. You go wherever you want, and yeah, you can do whatever you want, go anywhere you want, and it's basically there's no limitations to where to go. It's a sandbox title, which I love sandbox titles. I got introduced to the sandbox title when I first started playing Grand Theft Auto. And I like games like that where you don't have to be forced to do the story. You can do side quests and get other hidden equipment, armor, anything like that, and level up before you even go to the main quest. I like games like that. I like games that you can either be the bad guy or the good guy, depending on your choices that you make. And this type of game is the reason why I like it, because you can have whatever choices you make, of course, have the outcome on whatever happens with in the story. Well, whatever happens with the characters, anything. I believe there's four endings, I believe. I've gotten two so far. I have two more to get. And you can be with certain there's a lot of factions that you can be with in this game. That's why I really like. I think there's even more factions in this one than Fallout 3, which is pretty good. Um, and like the whole gameplay is, I love everything about it. Like you're in New Vegas, which they call in this one. You're in New Vegas after the apocalyptic war that happened with the nuclear bombs and everything. And a lot of, I mean, there's radiation everywhere, but there's some places that aren't radiated, such as New Vegas that you go to. You go to a casino, you can play games, the slot machines, everything like that, which is very interesting and well. That's a new feature for this game. That's where I really like it more than Fallout 3 because I like the city areas. I mean, it's like a big city that you can just go to. There's a whole bunch of factions in the game that you could either like have enemies with, or you can even join them and do, I mean, like be idolized by them by doing missions for them, or stuff like that, which is to me is pretty good. I like that in the game. Your main character, yeah, you could fix him up. You could like customize him, like make him even stronger. Get these perks that is like a whole bunch of special perks that you get, but you can only use, I mean, get one after you level up two times before you can get one of those special perks. And that to me, like in Fallout 3, is every level that you can get one. This one they changed it, made it a little more difficult. Then they have the hardcore mode, which you can start with, where it's like real life. Basically, you run around on the real map, and if you get hungry, then it shows you on the bottom that you need food, so you have to go find some food to eat. Or if you get thirsty, or if you get tired, I mean, if you get sleepy, you gotta go get rest. And that mode to me is a very good mode. If you want the game to be more realistic, then I say that you should go with that one, the hardcore mode, which I've done, because it makes the game more, well, it puts the difficulty up and it makes the game more realistic. That's the reason why I chose it. But everything about this game is very good. There's tons of side quests. I'm not sure there's more than Fallout 3, but there's tons of side quests and there's tons of factions, tons of decisions you can make or whatever you want to do. There's four main endings. The storyline is quite short, but it's still a good game. I'll still give it a 5 out of 5 because it's very addictive. Like I've beaten it twice already. I'm starting a whole new character to do different decisions and see whatever happens if I say certain things. What will that do with the whole game? The outcome of it. Um, and to me, like, this is a very good game. This keeps you occupied for a very long time. The replay value is very, very high, I should say. This kept me very, this kept me occupied for a couple of weeks until, I don't know, I just got bored of doing some of the missions and side quests. I'll definitely get back to it when I, get the time. But, this game definitely, I think, a lot of RPG fans out there, especially the ones that wants to have the freedom to do whatever they want, and those sandbox title fans, then this should be a very good game to pick up because it's only 20 bucks, and you get a whole brand new game for 20 bucks, which is better than getting a used, which I dislike used games. But that's what I have to say about this game. Very good game here. It's only 20 bucks, and give it a good review. I mean, a good rating, and give it a 5 out of 5 because it's very, very addictive. But that's the thing now. A lot of games you have to look for games that has very high replay value, good gameplay, good storylines. A very driven-based game like that. That's the type of games that I love to play. Like here and there it's good to play like little games. I mean, like shooters and things like that. But to me, I like games that have storylines and involves role, role playing. That's what my type of games I like. So I hope you all enjoy this episode of mine, and hope you enjoyed this review of these two good games. Well, this one is somewhat, and this one you definitely have to get. They're both 20 bucks now. I believe this one is I think it's used 20 bucks. I'm not sure, but you can go in there and check it out. I think both of them were. I mean, I think this one is 20 new. But yeah, check these games both out if you like RPGs, and to see what's your opinion on them. You can leave comments or anything that anything that you want to discuss about the games. You can tell me in the comments below. And I hope you all enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all. I mean, episode, and I'll see you all next Sunday. Thank you for watching. Bye.